First of all, I'd like to say I'm sorry guys, but this video is not about the crabs that you have in your mind, because I'll be discussing a Filipino negative trait that you should know, because maybe this is a trait of the Filipina you are dating. So stay tuned, this is Des and welcome to my channel. Have you heard of the word crab mentality before? To those of you who haven't heard of this before, well, just imagine a bucket full of crabs. The crabs represent the Filipinas. And the Filipinas who want to climb up on the top of each other, pulling down the other. These women will gang up and hold all other women and pull them down. That is why it is very important, and I suggest this. Date a Filipina a little bit longer so you would know and learn her true colors, because you never know, she might have this mentality. Let me give you one specific example when it comes to dating a Filipina. So, how can one Filipina be a crab to another? For example, she has a foreign boyfriend and it is you. Or she is a Filipina who couldn't date a foreign man or doesn't have any successful relationship. Instead of helping the other one or the friend to find one foreign man, she would tell her all the bad stories about the Western men. That all are just the same like the local men, all would just cheat and lie like the other exes, or like her ex. Or tell her that her English is too bad and it would be difficult to have a successful relationship with a Western guy. So the jealous Filipina is actually insecure about the other because she is younger, smarter, and maybe still a virgin, childless, and maybe she's more beautiful than her. So what will happen to her? Since she believed that the other Filipina could be true, or she's just telling her the truth, and she believed it, she will now get scared or get anxious to date a foreign man. And all she wants to do now is to stay single or probably mark all the numbers in the calendar. One more example that I'd like to give to you is be careful when you talk to your Filipinas friends or even to other Filipinas, online or just meeting one when you are here in the Philippines. In my opinion, as a Filipina, it's not a good idea. I'll tell you why. Because you never know that the friend or relative of your Filipina girlfriend has changed already since she learned your girlfriend got a kano or a fam or a Western guy. She became an envious person, treating your girlfriend or wife nice when she's around, but backstabbing her when she's not there with her. When your girlfriend or wife tried to open up to her about your relationship problems, she is not going to help her, but instead, she would tell her that the two of you should break up. Or you are too much, you are too flirty, you're flirting with her, you're not a good guy, and she is just wasting her time with you. Or let's say you are the one who opened up your problems to another Filipina or to your wife's or girlfriend's friends who happen to like you. Worst case scenario is if she is infatuated already. Since you are in a vulnerable situation, that Filipina will take advantage of that situation. You know what she could do is she would advise that the two of you will just break up, and she will definitely will be coming out of the woodwork, maybe with other Filipinas. So never ask an advice from her single girlfriends or relatives. Maybe better ask a relationship advice from someone or a male expat who has a successful, happy relationship. So let me be more specific. For example, you have a Filipino girlfriend or friend. So she can also have this mentality if she is stereotyping Filipinas. So how would she do this? So for example, she got a lot of connections online and many are single foreign guys. And she would suggest that you should only date Filipinas who are born and raised in small villages in the provinces because the city women are too opinionated, they are too open minded, they act like Western women, and probably not traditional too. She will also add that it is impossible for a Filipina from a small village to cheat and lie to you, which is not true at all. So when a Filipina is also an older Filipina, she could pull down the other one because she is younger and more beautiful or smarter, and she is insecure about herself as well. She couldn't get a foreign guy because of for so many reasons. So what she could do is she would spread gossips about that Filipina she is jealous with. So she would tell the other Filipinas and the foreign men that she knows in the group chats. I could still elaborate more on this topic, but if you wish to stop here at this point, I truly appreciate your time and your energy by listening in this video. I thank you for watching my ads as well, and please do not forget to smash the thumbs up button. So let me continue on this one. If you have been here in the Philippines, probably you notice in a typical residential area or barangay, you have seen these sari-sari stores just like next to each other or just a few meters away from each other, and they are selling the same stuff, the same items. Is this a grab mentality? Most of the time, it is. I'll tell you more why. So before I continue, let me define first what a sari-sari store is. Okay, so here is a photo of a sari-sari store. This is just a downgrade version of 7-Eleven, but you are not allowed to come inside. Okay, so many times this is a classic example of a crab mentality, whether a Filipino knows that he or she has a crab mentality or not. Okay, so a good example is any type of business like sari-sari store. It can be a barbecue, a fish store as well. So the envious Filipina would set up the same business just in front of the other person's house. Basically, this is copying what the other person sells. However, she would run a bigger store if she can. She probably might ask you to fund it for her and could eventually steal the customers of the other. So you know the image, guys. Just imagine that someone wanted to compete with the other, but the other one is just doing her job, or just a very small sari-sari store of a small family. Okay, so just to remind you, by the way, there are many who would do the same thing, set up the same rice store next to each other, but not because they are envious of the other. It's it's because it's more practical, it's a good idea, it's a good side hustle to support their family's income. So that Filipino who envies the other one wouldn't let that person to succeed or have more customers. She will not allow the person, let's say, will not allow the person to set up the barbecue store just in front of her house or maybe next to her house because of the smoke, and she would just invent or say a lot of reasons or excuses. But the truth is, she doesn't like the person. So one thing that she could do as well is she would invent stories and tell her friends that do not buy in that barbecue store or fish store because what the other is selling is bad, and she would just invent anything that negatively. I think that is enough to give you the main thought that I would like to discuss to you. And I hope you find this information informative, entertaining, and I thank you guys for your time and appreciate all the efforts, the way that you support my channel, however you do it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.